My computer's all crazy. Hey, good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum here. It says it's 6:24 a.m. because it was daylight savings time. It's really 5:24 a.m. So I'm getting up no matter what. Um, this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show where we talk about Agile and Scrum in a practical and tactical way, so you can get home to your family and friends, grow your business, uh, be with your family more, and at the same time develop more value and at a higher pace, right? And then we do this by getting home and not working 60, 80-hour weeks, and we have a little fun. So apparently today is International Women's Day. So I saw some videos on LinkedIn and I saw that coming. I did this. So women are equal, right? So I did a little symbol that they're going for for the day and the event. And two items I want to talk about. One I had written down from yesterday, and I want to talk a little bit about International Women's Day and how it applies to Scrum, right? You're like, what do you mean? How does it apply to Scrum? Why are you talking about how does it apply to Scrum? Why does it apply to Agile? I don't understand why. I don't know. If you don't know, then you don't understand Scrum and Agile. We'll talk about that a little bit. And then the other thing I want to talk about is just working and why we go to the office and more coronavirus stuff because it's going crazy, right? I personally think it's been around a lot longer than anybody says, but because I can't figure out why it would spread so quickly without it having been around for a few months longer than they said. But that's my conspiracy theory. Um, so anyway, let's talk about the two things and let it go because it is 6:26 a.m. Got a lot of things to do today. Got a lot of stuff to do with the family. Trying to volunteer and do some activities. And the day we lost an hour, right? So the first thing, why do we come in the office? And this is about the coronavirus. A lot of cognitive dissonance going around lately about conversations and around this virus and stuff like that. They say they want one thing and then they do another thing. Or like, well, why haven't you done this like throughout flu season? Because apparently, from what I understand, the flu vaccine that they gave around was the wrong strain. And then people said, well, they told everybody the wrong strain. And I'm like, well, did any doctors go tell you to go back to the doctor's office and get another shot? No, they don't, right? Because it doesn't matter. Where I see this is like everybody's like, oh, we can't meet the group, don't want to interact, can't go to the large gatherings, meetings. Everybody's all worried about that stuff. I'm like, so why do we have to go to the office? Is it just to check that we actually show up? But I'm telling you, people can go on these things all day in the office. They can surf the web and you can try to control, but it's that genie's out of the box. It's kind of like the coronavirus. The genie's out of the box, right? Um, people would just as quickly get on this or whatever during the day. They don't really mind. You can't stop it. It's a question of how much they like their job and the place they work. If people start getting into a point where like, well, because you need to be here, it's like, but you're not letting us interact with anybody. So why am I really in the office, right? If you're going to put a barrier and overthink it and react to the far extremes of the world and say, yeah, but we don't want you to stand next to your coworker to meet because you might give them the coronavirus. Well, then why am I in the office? We developed a system, got VPN, all that kind of stuff so that you can work remotely, so you can have us work anywhere we are. For meeting clients or going to conferences or whatever, we can still tap in and see what's going on. So if you're really that worried about us interacting with each other in the office, then why don't you just let us stay home? So there's a lot of conflict going on right now, and I keep telling people, be careful what you tell people because it'll go down a slippery slope to a path where you don't want to go. And I'm really just kind of surprised that these corporate likes. I think it has to do more with litigation right now. because otherwise you'd say the same thing during flu season, and it would happen every year. Stay home. I mean, they tell you, if you're sick, stay home for a couple of days, work from home. We have that capability. Um, you shouldn't be here, and actually, I doubt it, but I'm really surprised that more managers. Like if I was manager, I'm like, stay home, work from home. You're remote, you're fine. If you're sick and you're not really working, take time off, and you should sleep. And I should see, and I would tell my employees if I had them, says, when you do your timesheet, I should see that you have taken some time off and we're sleeping. Because don't tell me you worked 8 hours. Because if you really are sick, then you should work like 4 hours maybe, just to catch up, keep going with things. But you should be sleeping the rest of the time and eating nutrients and taking care of yourself. But that would be me. Maybe I'm different. I'm kind of weird that way. So anyway, so I want to talk about the coronavirus. Just warn everybody: watch what you tell everybody, and going through the screens, because you could easily get turned around and say, well, we should all be working from home because, you know, we come here to interact with each other and work together as a team in Scrum, right? It's about the team. It's not the individual so much. And it's about interaction and have face-to-face communication. But if they're going to say, we don't want you to interact with each other, then why do you need to go to the office? Just saying. Just say it. Just say it. Don't take it so far. Again, it's more like it's the flu, and more people do get sick, and some people pass. God rest their soul. Bubbles. Cat's hitting the camera. Um, she's looking for attention. So anyway, that's what I want to talk about that, and that's the depressing one, and that's not fun. But let's talk about International Women's Day. Saw a couple videos go out there, and they got this equal sign out there now, where they want women to be equal. I would like to offer women are not equal. I would like to offer in a lot of cases are superior than everybody else. They bring more stuff to the table than you can imagine. And when we talk about Scrum and Agile, how does that apply? And I commented to somebody at Connection. They built a video, and they had a lot of women that are in the professional world. And one of the things none of the women wrote on their thing is they were a mom. Personally, I love having moms on my Scrum teams. Okay. Why do I say that? They bring so much more to the table than your normal individual. They are cutting above the rest. They bring caring because they have kids, unless they beat them and they don't care about their kids, which doesn't really happen too often. You'd be amazed at inner city how often it does, because it's other psychological things going on. But they have caring. They are real big consumers of everything, because not only are they consuming stuff for themselves, but they're consuming stuff for their kids, their husband, whatever. So they know a lot more about the market than me. Um, they have a broad base of that, and they bring all that to the team, and they bring, you know, just a creativeness to keeping up with the kids, man. Creative kids' brains are crazy. And if you think someone who doesn't have that background is not of value to a Scrum team, then you got Scrum wrong. Everybody talks about Spotify, talk about product. When you build stuff, you want to be a customer. And we talked about that, being a customer of your product line. If your product does not sell to women or moms out there, your product ain't that great. It is. It does something, but it's just not that powerful. But when we develop Scrum teams, it's not that everybody's the same. It's that they bring other things to the table that you may not have thought of. What makes us better on a Scrum team is these other personality solutions, business product, the value that they bring. And we bring together, we build more value when we write code or develop solutions. That's the key, right? So my thing from a Scrum Master Agile coach, I love having moms on team. Great, beautiful things, because they keep us all in check, right? And for anybody who can be that's organized every day, and they talked about, and I wrote making a change and every day, right? From the moment a woman wakes up, even when they're sleeping, they're changing and influencing the world. They have little ones that they're influencing. So they do it every second of the day, whether it be at home with their kids, in the office with their coworkers, and back home and influencing other people. They are change agents. They are influencers from minute one. And they really belong on the team, and they should be a part of the team. And if you build your Scrum team correctly, like we talk about here on the show, if they need to take off to take care of their kids or take them to the doctors or whatever, we are more than capable of handling that. You know why? Because during daily Scrum, we mentioned that during daily Scrum, so we know when we need it. So you're not looking for that. Hey, where's Sally? Oh, she's taking her kids to school. Okay, I'll talk to her later when she gets in. No big deal. You're not looking for that instant response like we get in social media. You don't need it, right? It's okay. But I just wanted to share that. It's International Women's Day. I like the mom part and bring them on the teams as much as the women part. And I just noticed a lot of people, they think that they talk business and they shouldn't talk about being a mom. I'm amazed that you can do all that work, you know. And I don't hold that against anybody. Maybe other managers do. Maybe that's why we got such a big problem. Hey, you're not available 24/7 toward a company. Well, everything we preach here at 5 a.m. Mester Scrum is about not being available 24/7 to the company. It's about doing your work efficiently and appropriately so you don't have to be in the office 24/7. So you don't have to stress out. Don't have to catch the coronavirus. Don't have to work so hard that's why you're catching the coronavirus, because you're all stressed out and you're not getting your sleep. Something to think about. But anyway, hey, thumbs up on International Women's Day. More women should be on Scrum teams, and more moms, right? More power to you. And it's an amazing adventure in life. As a dad, I'm trading the world, traded for the world every day. Learn stuff, remind myself of my past, make me humble what I can and can't do, especially as you get older like me and have younger kids. Very humbled. And they're awesome people. So if you don't have a woman on your team, I would purposely recruit some, because you know why? They'll straighten your ass out. It's another good thing about moms. They're going, what are you doing? I watch my wife do it all the time. And my mom did it, they straighten you out when you go astray. But anyway, with that, I want to say happy Sunday, happy Scrumming, happy International Women's Day. And next time you go hire, try to bring more moms on board on your teams. You're going to appreciate it. And you have to, and as you build your Scrum teams appropriately, everything will be fine. Communications, what's there, barriers, blockers, right? I'm not big on having everybody 24/7. I just want good stuff out there. So when we do deliver to the customer, it's not full of bugs, not full of issues, and it's good stuff, right? So with that, you take care, enjoy the day, ring the bell for International Women's Day, and to follow our channel. And we're doing TikTok today. We went and bought yesterday. My son and I bought, I don't know, 6 different size Coke bottles, another whole pack of Mentos, and we are going to make some wild Mentos videos. Wife is like, where are you going to do that? And it's just going to cause a mess of where are you going to do it? I'm like, we're going to do it in the guy's driveway over across the street here in Philly. So we'll see how that goes today. And take care. Bye. Right